Blog Talk Radio.
Stevie B's media production is a part of the Shellcaster Network.
Stevie B Media Production presents Acappella Gospel Music Blast with your host, Stevie B. Playing your favorite acappella music from the world's greatest acappella artists. Sit back, relax, and listen to the sweet sound of voices. We're flying at 30,000 feet, and you're riding with Stevie B. Call into the live show, 713-955-0508, or email us, butlersteve1009@yahoo.com. Contact us, let us know who's riding with Stevie B on the blast tonight. This is the Acappella Gospel Music Blast, and you're listening to Stevie B.
This radio show is the 2018 nominee for the NACAMA, the National Academy Christian Acapella Music Artist Award. This radio show is being broadcast from Stevie B Media Productions at the Carolina Studio in the great state of North Carolina. This is Stevie B, and I'm the blaster master of acapella gospel music. And according to the late Yvonne, the general Connor from Dayton, Ohio, she says Stevie B is the hardest working Christian DJ in the world today. May the good Lord have mercy on her soul. That was my dear sister right there. I have a new quote from my program manager, Michelle Marco. She's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She said Stevie B is the hardest working acapella entertaining DJ. I also have a recent quote from the interview I did with Issei, Jesse Murrah from Straight Company from Louisville, Kentucky. We had him on the show as he produced the group Divine Experience from Tampa, Florida. And check out what Issei said. I love this quote from Issei. He said, "My radio voice." He said, "My energy, my create is refreshing, and nobody does it better because nobody's going to outwork me." I also have a recent quote from Thurman Metters from Abilene, Texas. Well, he's in Temple, Texas now. He just moved to Temple, Texas from Abilene. He was on the radio show a couple of months ago. He said Stevie B is the hardest working man in acapella Christian music. That's what they say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you what they say. I also have a recent quote from Irvin C. Jackson. If you've been listening to the show, you know Irvin C. He's on the broadcast at least once a month. He's debuting new music all the time. He's from Wesley Chapel, Florida. He debuted some music on the show on last week. But listen to what his quote was. He also gave me another quote on last week's show, but I'm not going to use that quote. I just use this one that he gave me, the first one that he gave me. He says, Stevie B is the greatest and the hardest working man. He said, I consider you to be the lighthouse of acapella gospel music because my light is shining brightly. He said, my light is shining into the life of so many people. I'm just letting them know what's out there. He said if he didn't know what acapella music would be if I was not on the air on Friday night doing this show. If somebody wants to know anything about acapella gospel music, just look up Stevie B. I love that quote. And I have a quote from our dear brother Jeremy Roberts from Ayot, Virginia. We interviewed Jeremy on the broadcast. He said Stevie B is the hardest working man on the radio, period. That's what he said, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you what they said. And my dear brother Anthony Blunt, he's the radio host for the Gospel Train that airs on Sunday morning on 94.7 FM WWBC 1510 AM in Rockledge, Florida. I love saying that. He said the same thing during our interview on his radio show. So it must be some truth to it. And then my last quote from Ali Ezel from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's my dear brother. He said Stevie B is the mouth of acapella gospel music. I like that. All right, let me get this big iron bird on up off the ground. I rubbed my two little coins together and bought me an airplane, ladies and gentlemen. That altitude of 30,000 feet. That's where we're going to be flying tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 30,000 feet. But you can't be the blaster master if you're not dropping any bombs on your radio show. I said boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking back Friday nights for the Lord. Oh, yes, we are. For the next 2 hours, I want to play some of your favorite acapella gospel songs from such artists as Straight Company, Dorian Paul, Commit the Chorus, and many, many more. I want to hear from our listeners tonight. You can give me a call to the live show at 713-955-0508, or you can send your emails to my new email address, butlersteve1009 at yahoo.com, and let me know who's riding with me on the blast tonight. I'm trying to lift up your spirits with these inspirational songs on a Friday night. That's right. It's Friday night, and Stevie B is playing acapella gospel music. So turn up your spiritual ear. Stevie B's acapella gospel music blast. At the bottom of the hour, I'll be featuring my song of the week. We want to feature a song, just tell you a little bit about the artist, and this song will get 2 plays on the show tonight. Also, I'll be dedicating this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Linda Dilly from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We want to keep her memory alive on this radio show. We also have a feature called My Funny Bones. You know, I love those comedians because laughter is good for the soul. I'll be featuring 2 comedians on the show tonight. Also on the broadcast, I have my shout-outs. Now, these are just some people I've been in contact with, whether it be here on social media or people I've been meeting them on a daily basis in my local area here, right outside of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, who are listening to this radio show, and they just love acapella gospel music. And I actually been meeting people who never even heard acapella gospel music, so it's just a thrill for me just be able to introduce them to this great music that we get to enjoy here on the blast on a Friday night. So I just want to show them some love and just let them know how much I appreciate their love and support for this radio show. I also have a new feature called my Montly Triple Spin, and for the month of November, I will be featuring the Melo-D-Heirs out of Houston, Texas. They have a great catalog of music. We really enjoy listening to the Melo-D-Heirs. And also have a feature on my broadcast called my O100s. And I'll be dedicating this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Yvonne, the General Connor from Dayton, Ohio. She said, Stevie B, you got to play something for the old folk. So I considered what she said, and of course she was right. So I came up with that feature, the O100. So we try to play that on every show as well. Yeah, she was really there with me when I started these shows, and I just really miss her. So we just want to dedicate this feature to her to keep her memory alive on this radio show as well. So you got Stevie B loose in the booth on the ones and twos. So let's get into the music, the sweet sounds of voices. Stevie B's acapella gospel music blast. I have some upcoming events I want to make you aware of before we go into the show. On November the 12th, my special guest on that show will be New Image from Nashville, Tennessee. Looking forward to talking to those brothers on that broadcast. And then on November the 19th, I'll be doing my top 20 countdown show for the month of November. And then on November the 26th, my special guest will be Irvin C. Jackson from Wesley Chapel, Florida. He's been debuting some new music on this broadcast. We try to have him on the show at least for once a month, but he's just putting out so much music, so we just got to get him on here so he can debut some singles for us on the broadcast. Now, who do we have on the playlist tonight? I have some new singles from Warren Blakely Jr. out of Atlanta, Georgia, Irvin C. Jackson out of Wesley Chapel, Florida, Teray Mack out of Jacksonville, Florida, Dwayne Pugh and Brad MacArthur out of Dallas, Texas, Vision out of Houston, Texas, Straight Company, that's my power group, out of Louisville, Kentucky, Monte Cuba out of Houston, Called by God out of Nashville, Tennessee, and many, many more.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
On tonight's show, my special guest is One Hope in Christ from Louisville, Kentucky. They have a 2018 album that we debuted here on this broadcast. That was episode number 72. The title of that album is Make a Way. If you have not had a chance to hear that album, check it out. I'm sure it's on all of the major platforms where you download your music from. Check out that album, 2018 album by One Hope in Christ, entitled Make a Way. You're going to love what you're hearing from this group. So I'm looking forward to talking to one of the lead vocalists of that group, Garrett Edison. I hope I pronounced your name right, Garrett Edison. Hey, Garrett, let me bring Garrett on the air right quick. Right, Garrett, did I pronounce your name right? Garrett Edison, right?
Edison, yeah, like Thomas
Yeah.
Edison. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Thomas Edison. Okay, I got you. Now, we're going to have Garrett. Hey, welcome to the blast, brother. We're going to have Garrett on the broadcast. We're going to be talking to him at the bottom of the hour after we do our song of the week. So looking forward to having him on the broadcast. Enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen, on the blast tonight. Stevie B is on the air.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
You're in the mix with Stevie B, the Blaster Master of Acappella Gospel Music.
Kicking off the show tonight, I have a double play with the group Vision out of Houston, Texas. They have a new single entitled Favor from their 2019 album, While I'm Still Young. This song features LaAndre Melton, and this group was the 2018 recipients for the NACAMA, the National Academy of Christian Acapella Music Artist Award, Contemporary Artist of the Year. Now, to be followed by my man, Irvin C. Jackson. He has a new single entitled Walk by Faith. You're going to love this song. This is one of the singles that we featured on the broadcast on last Friday night. So you're going to love what you're hearing from Irvin C. Jackson. And also, what did I want to say about Irvin? Yeah, I already talked about that already. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this double play. Vision and Irvin C. Jackson. You guys see me on the ones and twos. Enjoy the show.
I'm nothing without you.
Hey, come on, somebody. Oh.
I'm nothing without you, baby. I'm walking in a state. I am because he is. Just because he is. Where would I be where it is, baby? I'm living in a state. I am because he is. Just because he is. I'm nothing without you.
Another day I've never seen before. Amazing grace behind every door. I cannot escape God's love. He pours it way down from above. If you ask me how I made it this far, I'll be sure to tell you it's by God. Oh, favor. I'm living.
I've been so lost in life,